Hello. Okay, okay, so funny thing is that I thought I started the live, but it turns out that I didn't even click the button. So I was basically just recording with nobody. But anyways, hi y'all, Cooper here. Okay, so this is my first live. Already off to a bad start, but whatever. And voice reveal. Hey Rinri, what's up? Okay, voice reveal. Do I sound sexy? Okay, anyways. So today we're doing day 2 of the challenge where I try to become one of those Roblox artists. And on my day 1 video, someone called, I think their name was like, what was it? Artsy Anime 11. They requested that I draw something from the Roblox game Abyss World. And I've never touched this game before. And I haven't even heard about it, so let's see how that goes. And honestly, for my day 1 video, I just think it went popular because like of the Miracle musical music in the background. So just pretend for this one that like Mind Electric is playing in the background, okay? So instead of like using a reference online, we're actually gonna go to the game. So let's go to Abyss World. Oh, by the way, this is my profile. It's my official one. Yeah, I know I have no Robux. I'm such a loser. But you guys should friend me. Okay, bro. Okay, Rinri. Okay, I forgot I logged into the game before, like when I thought the live was starting. So we're gonna start from here instead of this, instead of the actual starting place. But like, yeah, this game is beautiful, man. And I saw it only had like what, 200 viewers? Not viewers, players. Such a shame. Looks really cool. Look at all of this. Okay, now we gotta find a reference picture. Yo, this is literally like Genshin. Doesn't this remind you of like the checkpoints or whatever in Genshin? Look at this. That's insane. I gotta be careful. By the way, I like don't play Roblox on mobile, so I'm really bad at obbies. Is it actually that loud? Okay, wait. How is it now? Is it good now? Oh shit. Okay, now we're in the actual temple. Let's just pick a spot closer, because like, it's gonna take forever for me to get down there. Okay, how do we do this spot? You can hear me now? Okay, good, good. Okay, now we're actually gonna draw. Let's use the classic screen size. Oh, what was that stutter, man? Okay. Okay, so this picture looks kind of ugly. No, I mean like the way I took the reference picture. So I'm gonna slightly change it up, like when I actually draw the thing. So like for background art like this, I usually start with a really messy sketch, and then as I draw and then as I render, I just paint over the sketch. You guys will see. You guys will see. Okay, my character looks kind of ugly. Okay, I'm just gonna add hair. Because I can't afford actual good looking hair in Roblox, but that is okay. We're gonna make a depth study. Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. My art style is a bit inconsistent though, I will tell you that. So if you find any inconsistencies, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is gonna include a lot of like perspective work. And to be honest with you guys, I suck at perspective. So I'm just gonna wing it and I hope that turns out okay. Okay, bro, that was a terrible job. It's okay, I'll fix it later. Oh my gosh, this is horrendous. Okay. Nah, this game is actually so pretty though. Like, I might just revisit this game just to see all the pretty views and everything, because I'm sure there's like way more to it than this. Okay, so I am gonna be changing some like placement details and then also simplifying it because number one, I ain't drawing all that. And number two, I don't think I'm at the stage where I can actually like draw that many details and make it look good. Okay, I made this area a little bit too clustered, so I'm gonna push it back a bit. Okay, I'm gonna crop the canvas because we have like a ton of empty space down here. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put down our base colors. And then for the base colors, I like to color it underneath the sketch, and then when I actually render, I'm gonna paint over the sketch. I'm not picking colors directly from the reference because I sort of like I like to change the colors myself, so it's not like exactly adherent to the reference because I think that sometimes it can make the drawing look better. Oh, and by the way, when you pick white or black, don't like pick pure white or pure black, okay? You always want to use like a off color, cause just trust me, just like pure white or pure black, it doesn't look good. when you pick lighter or darker colors, you don't want to like directly pick um like a straight line. Like for example, you have like orange, right? Let's say I have orange here. When you want to make a lighter orange, don't just like do this, okay? And then when you want to pick a darker one, don't just do this. This looks bad, okay? So what you want to do, what I like to do at least, is I like to shift around the color wheel. So like for example, if you want to make it lighter, you shift this way. So it looks more yellow. And then you also put it up a bit, so it looks like that. And then when you want to make it darker, like shift the color wheel the other way, and then also turn up the saturation. So it looks like that. See how much better that looks? So I suggest when you pick colors, just do that. Hey Ray, what's up? I'm also gonna be changing some of the colors because honestly, I'm kind of a lazy bum and I don't want to figure out all the colors. You see how I'm shifting the color wheel? Yeah. Okay, so for that like moldy looking thing, I'm just gonna use green, but I'm gonna lower the opacity. That's what I do for like a lot of things in my drawing, honestly. Like you don't need to learn color theory. At least I don't, because like, you know, with the opacity stuff you don't need to. Also when you like blend between two colors, instead of manually just picking a different color, just lower the opacity of one of them. And then just like draw over the other. It's so much easier, and then also gives like a cool looking effect. I'm gonna add like a bit of green. Yo, Star, what's up? Okay, I don't know what the heck this thing was supposed to be, but I'm just gonna erase it. Yeah, that's fine. Bye, blot. No, I get how you guys can like get bored of this. It's just me sitting here drawing. Hey, but it's to help whoever needs help, okay? Cause like I don't see a lot of content creators like posting their entire process, and honestly, I find that really annoying. So I'm gonna save you guys, and I'm gonna do it. Oh, for stuff in the background, I like to like give it a illusion that it's farther away by making it more blue or like some color like that. Thank you, Star. Okay, so this thing right here is really like purplish. It's like a very purplish shadow. So we're gonna have to like drag it a lot down the color wheel. Oh, this is also where your opacity thing comes in handy, because you know what? Instead of making it look more purple, we're just gonna use the opacity tool and just like put purple over it. See, look, you don't need to do any of that like color theory shenanigans, really. Okay, that looks ugly. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, you know what? How about we just deal with those stripes later? Your headphones stopped working. Okay, well, that looks kind of bad right now, but it's okay. We're gonna fix it when we render. You don't need to worry about the details too much when you put on your base color. I also just realized that the tower is super tilted. Bro. Okay, another tip for like drawing in my art style is that you want to use a lot of like the same colors across the drawing. Cuz if you try to like use all different shades of like the purple or whatever, it's gonna it can be more realistic, but it makes your drawing look a bit too like complicated or like messy. I prefer it to be a bit more like simplified. So instead of just creating an entirely like different purple, just like reuse a purple, okay? Okay, we're gonna color over some buildings, but that is okay. Yo, what is wrong with my stuttering today? Oh my god. Now, I promise you guys I don't stutter this much, okay? And then we're also gonna add that blue effect. And you see, like, in the reference too, it also has that effect. Like, all these things in the background is getting, like, foggy and then far away. Yeah, me too. Okay, I'm actually not following my rules because I just created a new color. It's okay, we're just gonna reuse this one. If you guys are curious, typically for like drawings like these background drawings, I take around like 2 hours probably. Cause yeah, I draw fast, I suppose. And I also don't focus on details a whole lot. Oh really? I don't know, mine's just like when I do my videos, they can be pretty inconsistent. Like I think one of my animal hospital ones, I took like 7 hours on that. And that wasn't even the actual like tweening or whatever. It was just me drawing all the characters and then trying to make them look good. Cause I was going through art block. Okay, so for this roof right here, we might use a different kind of red. Because it looks like it's a different sort of like color. Okay, I have a feeling that this one's gonna take a little bit longer than 2 hours, probably, because there's just like a lot of details going on. Animating is so confusing. Yo, I'm actually planning to like for my next live stream, I'm planning to actually do animating. So you guys actually not only get to see how I draw, but you guys get to see how I animate. Okay, so I don't remember what the heck this was supposed to be. Oh, wait, it's the roof of the house. It's the roof of the house, okay. Yo, sometimes, like, I confuse myself with my sketches because they can get really messy. So just, like, don't be like me. Just, like, make them clear enough so you can actually understand what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna make this building bigger than the actual reference. Just because I think it looks better. Bro, Star, what are you talking about? Your content is so good. Like, I'm not scrolling on YouTube a lot, but sometimes I do check out you guys' content, and I'm gonna say that, like, they're pretty good. Oh, by the way, if you get your colors wrong, you can just use this like little tool up here. Like you see this little thing up here, right? You just go to the first option and then you can change the saturation, you change how dark it is, what color it is. It's super cool, man. Yo, I love Procreate for stuff like this. Cookie Run Kingdom. Man. Yo, cause like I used to be, I think like a few years ago, I used to be an ibis paint artist, and then my cousin, she was like so good at art, bro. I don't know how she did it, but she like convinced me to get Procreate. Oh thank God, that was a good decision. Like there's no ads or anything, and then all the features super useful. I recommend. I recommend. If you wanna like really get into drawing, I think you should get Procreate. But I mean, like I know a lot of like popular artists online who also use ibis paint. So if you want, just do that. Shadow Milk mentioned. No, not cause like the Shadow Milk. I feel like Shadow Milk's new lore. I think it was the lore draw like when he killed all the beasts or whatever like that. I feel like that scared a lot of players away. Um, Me, I didn't care as much, but honestly, I was just finding the game a bit boring, so I kind of left. Oops. But like, I played Cookie Run Kingdom for a long time, man. Okay, to make your life easier, okay, set your line art to multiply, and then just like pick a color. Just pick any color, and then just color the whole thing. It makes your life a lot easier, cause if you don't do something like that, then you have to like spend a lot of time tracing over artwork. It's just so time consuming. Cause when it does stuff like this, it already sort of like gives you like it auto colors it a bit. Okay, so now we're actually gonna start rendering. uh, so before I render, I actually want to put like a layer on top just to like give everything a coherent look. Like honestly, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like I literally don't know what half of these does, half of these do. Just experiment, okay? This one seems to like saturate it a bit. Colorful stage, is that like, what was it called, Project Sekai or something? Um, yeah, so I did actually play that before, though I'm just like really bad at rhythm games in general. Um, I did play it before, but because my iPad was like, oh my gosh, bro, I hate my iPad for this. It has so little storage. Like, I swear there's so many times where my iPad just like crashed out on me because it was running out of storage. But yeah, before like I deleted it, I did play it. I did play it for some bit. Though I was always really bad at it, but it was fun. It was fun. Oh, congrats on your iPad. Honestly, like I love my iPad, bro. If I never got this iPad, I definitely would not I would not have this channel, and I definitely not be as like good as drawing as I am, because I used to have this like DIY Apple Pen that I made on my like really old iPad and on Ibis Paint too. It was killing me. And then, oh my god, I'm so glad I got a new iPad and with the Apple Pen too. Okay, that looks kind of bad. Okay, I'll see you later, Star. Nah, cause like I get it. This stream is probably boring to watch because I was mainly intending this for like people to look back on after it ended. Because honestly, sitting here for a few hours just watching somebody draw, it could be boring definitely. Oh, background noise. Yeah, that's a good idea. Cause I was gonna say like, what are you doing with your time? Honestly, that's good that you're doing other stuff. Cause my attention span would be cooked. Like if I was just watching a live without doing anything else, I don't think so. I don't think I could do it. Okay, now I see what I'm talking about when I say that it has like when it does a lineup for you, right? You just gotta select off here and then like boom. You don't need to go to the color wheel or anything. Oh god, she thick. Alright, I gotta okay, I gotta slim her down a bit. Turn the saturation up. Okay, I remember like on my day one video, someone told me to make my characters look more blocky. So I'm gonna do that. They are Roblox characters after all. They are blocks. Roblox. Get it? I'm so funny. I'm so funny. Oh. Another good habit to have is like flipping your canvas in different directions. Cause I know a lot of people they like doing they like flipping their canvases from right to left or like back and forth. I do that sometimes. Mostly when I'm just drawing like characters' faces. I just check the symmetry. But for stuff like these, just rotate them. Just like rotate your canvas all around, man. It's just it gives you a better angle to draw at and also to see how your drawing looks. Cause like I don't know if any of you guys are traditional artists, but when I like do painting or whatever or drawing on like a physical canvas, I always turn my head around or like turn the painting around or something. That's just like the same thing but just applied digitally. In terms of the order of rendering things, I don't go by a specific order usually. Um, I mean, like, typically, if you're drawing stuff like this, I guess you should usually go, like, from the point of focus outwards because most of the details are going to be at the point of focus. But, like, it doesn't matter a ton. Okay, the texture on the logs are very 3D like. I'm not gonna add too much detail, but I will add a bit. So it just sort of like pops out, but not really. I'm thickening the line here so it like separates the logs better. Because if you keep it too thin, they sort of like merge into one object. And here I want to make it look like they're separate. Oh wow. I feel like I feel like the moss on these logs make it look like highlights instead of actual moss. But I mean like that's not bad, I guess. We can have juicy logs. Oh, and we gotta add the shadow behind the character. Yeah, maybe we'll just do it on the same layer. The logs. Okay. I got the angle wrong on the shadow, so I have to adjust that. Or we can just use the liquify tool. Okay, if you want to make your shadows look like smoother, add a transition between them. This can be like a color that's between the two values and also slightly more saturated if you want. Because this way it makes your shadow look more like it's actually blending into what's behind it rather than just like a random slap on. Add some grass. Okay, the reason why the grass looks kind of funny is because it's too symmetrical. Like they all look like chicken feet right now. And when you don't want to add a lot of symmetry in your drawings, cuz that makes the thing, it just gives like the viewers a very uncomfortable feeling, cuz naturally things are not like the exact same. They're different. So that's like easier on our eyes. Yeah, symmetry does make it fake. Yeah, I think this thing is gonna take me a longer time because there's just like a lot of details. Because in my day one, it was pretty symmetrical, everything. Um, it was literally just columns after columns. For this one, like each thing is pretty different. And then I've also never tried anything this complicating in like any of the backgrounds I've done. Okay, see you later. As these like objects fade into the background, it's also like I like to give them less detail. And I also make the line art like less visible too. Because that sort of like gives it a far away feeling, you know what I mean? You want to focus your details on the objects that are like more up close. Okay, so for these trees here, they're like grouped up in little patches. So, an easy way to just draw these trees is to just like separate them into little patches. And then for each patch, just do like the lighting, and then just do the dark side. That's literally all. Yo, blah, what's up? Okay, so I can't tell what the heck is going down there, but I'm just gonna cover it up with like leaves. The game? You mean like the name of the game that I'm taking the reference from? If you are talking about the name of the game, it is Abyss World. I've not played it, but like, boy, do the visuals look good. Oh, and thanks, RT Anime for requesting this. Honestly, this is really fun to draw. And the game is like really pretty. I might check it out later. Yeah, I know like everybody's gone right now. I don't know your time zones, but it's like pretty late for me. So, I don't know if it's the same with you guys or not. (8:36 a.m. or p.m.? p.m. No, okay. It's later than that for me. Though I don't want to say like exactly what time, because don't want to get doxxed or anything. Okay, so for lighting like this, I'll have to add like a really saturated border to it. Just makes it look better. Okay, yeah. I know you already know. Thank you. Okay, to give it a little bit depth, I'm gonna add some like stuff in the tree. The server, oh yeah, it's good actually. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect so many people to join. Thank you all for joining, by the way. If you haven't joined the server, you should totally check it out. Like, there's a lot of artists in there. You game, you talk with other people. Man, it's awesome. Check it out. Okay, that's good to hear. That's great to hear, actually. Oh, okay, this looks kind of funny. I think it's because it doesn't match the simplified style overall. Hello, welcome in. Alright, so the tree is... I think the tree's good. I think the tree's good. We can leave it like this for now. We gotta start working on the other parts. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more blue or purple, I guess. And then some like orangish. See how that makes a nice little gradient? See, I don't like to use the blending tools. Like, I basically never use the blending tools or like the smudge tools because it just gives a very muddy sort of result. So when I blend stuff, I like to just use the opacity tool, and then just create like transitions between colors. I think that looks like a lot better. But you know, that's just my style. You guys do whatever you want to do. Okay, so I do need to fix up the perspective on this one. You're figuring out your style. Yeah. Honestly, I am too. My art style has honestly like changed quite a bit from my first video. Only 5 months. That's actually very impressive. That's very impressive. In terms of digital drawing, I don't know. Probably like a few years, at least a few years by now. I used to do traditional art like way before I started digital art. And boy, have I been at traditional art for a while. But I like digital art a lot more, honestly. It brings me a lot more joy. Oh god, I really messed this one up. Okay. Jurassic Park. Yeah. When was I watched that movie like a long time ago. I don't even remember what it was about. No, yeah, you should. Post it. Oh yeah, and you guys should check out Scout and Craft's account, honestly. Like, her art is amazing, bro. You should go and support her. Thank you, thank you. You know, I actually haven't been doing like background art for a while. It wasn't until I saw like a few YouTubers doing it and like all those like Roblox drawings on Pinterest and stuff like that. And I was like, boy, I gotta try it. And I think that my traditional art skills help. Oh, yeah, for sure. This video is making me realize that I really gotta step up my game on perspective. Oh, I haven't done it in so long. I'm also really bad at it too. But hey, we learn, we learn. That's why I like to draw stuff like this. It like challenges you, you know? Then the more you challenge yourself, the more you get used to it and the better you become. I feel like I'm sounding like Bob Ross right now. You don't know, actually? Okay, well, he's an artist, a very famous one, that is. Gives a lot of inspirational talk. You should probably check out, like, at least one of his videos. It's okay, bro, it's okay. I know somebody who don't even know who Michael Jackson was. I don't know how they don't know that. Yeah, go check him out. I know, King of Pop, am I right? Songs are so good. gosh, I'm as tired as fuck right now. Yo, I kind of like how this turned out, actually. Yeah, it's not bad, it's not bad. Yo, okay, now we gotta do the buildings. So many buildings. How about we start with the one in the back? Start with this one. This windmill looking thing. Oh, I'm kind of sad I cut it off though, cause like, I think it looks really nice. Okay, this windmill has a very like blocky texture. It kind of reminds me of Minecraft. So just gotta beware of that when I'm drawing. Yeah, I don't know like what's supposed to be behind this windmill, but that's fine. We'll just pretend that there's nothing behind it. Oh. Okay, so this part's very like bluish purplish. So I guess I'm gonna make it purple. Which is kind of strange because I don't really see it in like the other parts of the grass. But then again, this is probably a deeper shadow, so maybe that's why. Nah, you're good, girl. Ah, okay. Just gonna keep it simple. Simple. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay. I must have like got some sort of stuttering disease, bro. What the do? You think so? Okay, wait. Let me zoom out. Let me zoom out. How's it looking so far? Honestly, okay. Progress is a bit slow. Honestly, um, we got like what did we get done? We got this part done. We got the person. We got this part, the logs, the trees. I'm working on this right now. Okay. These buildings, since they're further away, they're gonna have less details. So hopefully that'll speed up the process. Thank you, thank you. It took me a long time to develop it. And honestly, I'm still developing it. I am still a beginner artist, unfortunately. I would classify myself as one. Like, sure, my art looks good, but I really don't know a lot of basics, to be honest. Nah, you gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. You just realized? That's so funny. Okay, yeah, it's a voice reveal. How do I sound? I sound cool? Yeah, I'm cool, I'm cool. A lot of people say I sound very mask. Honestly, I don't I don't know. I can't tell. Cause my voice sounds different to me than it would to others. Isn't that a strange phenomenon? Hot topic on the weekends. Okay. I don't know what that is, but that sounds pretty cool. Oh gosh, I think I completely misjudged the rotating things on the windmills. Goodness. Okay. I have to fix that. Unfortunately not. Am I supposed to know? Uh I don't think I know it. I really don't think I know it. Okay, for the liner, I'm just adding like a gradient because it looks cool. And also I guess it like matches the shadows too. Cause you don't want a line art that is lighter than the shadows. I mean, at least I think most of the time it does not look good. Merch, okay. I don't do a lot of merch stuff, honestly. That's probably why I don't know it. Okay, wait. Let's see how let's see the progress. Our progress, okay? Goodness, we already spent an hour on this. We already spent an hour on this. Okay. Yeah, you know, right? Um, well, I don't want to cut the live stream short. And also, like, I'm fine. I'm fine, don't worry. I have had plenty of sleep this summer. Sleep in? I don't know. Sometimes maybe yes, sometimes maybe no. Okay, this is looking like a very Minecrafty tower. Later I will add like a blue overlay because it doesn't seem to be blue and far away enough. Okay, I appreciate that. I'm just gonna completely redo the windmill. That is okay. Yo, we actually get to draw one of the windows now. Bro, I hate how Procreate is that thing. Like, it makes everything a certain color. Wait, this kind of looks cool. This kind of looks cool, guys. Okay, that kind of looks cool, but we're not going for that vibe. We're not going for that vibe. I have not actually. I think, weren't you guys talking about that in the server? Okay, for this light, if you want a cool effect, you can add like this bright saturation. Because you see here, like it has that like bright pink at the edges. You can do that. I think that's like the secret for light in general. Light always has this very like saturated border around it that makes it seem like it's glowing. Oh, that's sweet of you. Okay, this looks kind of buns because the yellow inside's too dark. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add an add layer. One of my favorite like blending modes, by the way. It gives this like bright, glowing color effect. Yeah, look at that. It looks a lot closer to the reference now, doesn't it? Thank you, thank you. So this is why I love add. Oh gosh, okay, why is this thing tilted? Okay, we gotta use the liquify tool. Liquify tool to the rescue. Yeah, this thing looks lopsided, man. Let me fix this. Sometimes just like zooming out of your drawings can help a lot, because then you get to see like the bigger picture and then how it goes with the other elements in your drawings, blah blah blah. Use pen and paper. I respect that. I respect that, honestly. Pen and paper, it's hard. I think it's hard because my drawings always look very different on pen and paper than they do digitally. And also just like the coloring and everything is so much more difficult. I'm putting this on a different layer because I'm gonna make a multiply. Multiply could definitely save your life if you're doing shadows, because it's like no matter what's underneath it, it sort of like turns it into a shadow. So you don't have to manually like change colors every time. Okay, I like that. I like that. The concept of like um turning a mistake into a part of your art, I think it's a very beautiful concept. Cause digitally you just erase it, right? You don't think much about it. But on actual pen and paper, I think that I think it really helps with your creativity, because then you have to actually plan around like what you're gonna do with it and then what you're gonna turn it into. Oh really? No, I couldn't tell that was a mistake. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, okay. That didn't turn out bad actually. Commissions. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I like that. When I'm like drawing normally, like traditionally, I just straight and go with pen if I'm just doing a pen drawing. It's either I draw the guidelines in pen and then I just like draw the actual line on top of it, or I just don't draw guidelines at all. If I do take it seriously though, yeah, I would start with pencil and then erase it. But most of the time I'm just drawing for fun. Okay, one building down, a dozen more to go. Let's actually start with the tree in the background. Cause when you're thinking about which objects to render first, you want to be smart. Okay, you want to be smart. So if you have an object in front, like this tower right here, do the object in the back first. Okay, because what's gonna happen is that you're gonna do this thing in the front, and then when you do the back, you're gonna realize that you might have to color over it, and then that's frustrating because you have to redraw some parts of the object. So just like be smart. Disappearing ink. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, I'm sure you can be. For trees, you want to have this sort of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like instead of drawing a big lump, you like use a bunch of dots, you know? Because the leaves, they create a bunch of gaps between the actual thing. Because like trees, they aren't just one giant fluffy looking thing, they're actually just a bunch of leaves. So if you draw like that, you give it not only like the texture, but you also sort of account for like the little gaps and everything. It's especially when you're like shading the tree. Like now, see how like it's uneven, right? Okay, I don't want to add too many gaps. Okay, girl. I'm gonna eat you and then run away. Wow, this tree is looking cool. Sometimes like when you draw, just especially brown, like things that are brown, you want to use multiple colors. Obviously you don't have to, but that creates like a really interesting kind of depth. Because brown essentially is just like a bunch of colors mixed together. Like if you ever tried mixing all the colors of the rainbow together and then you got brown, you'd probably be really sad. But if you draw then you do that, then it actually makes your drawing a lot more like interesting. And I guess this is like not only for brown too, it's just for like colors in general. Just like add multiple colors on top. Maybe you won't eat my art. If you eat my art, then I won't have any art to show anymore, and then I'll have to make more art. Good point. Good point. Okay, wow. This tree is looking very interesting. It does not look like the reference, but it looks interesting. Oh my holy moly. We've all experienced drawing on the wrong layer, right? Okay, you guys see what I mean earlier? Like it just covered up part of the tower. Okay. Man, I kind of wish I put like background music in the live. Because I don't know without you guys. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot survive without playing music. At least like one time a day. Like it runs through my veins, bro. And I haven't listened to music in like a good while now. If like details stand out too much, just sort of like dampen them with the opacity tool. Okay, so when you're closer to the light source, you either want to like make your line art lighter or thinner, or just get rid of it completely. That's just cause like it sort of emphasizes the fact that it is away from the light source. I mean, not away, towards. Also, if you don't want your things looking too plain, you can add a gradient to it. So like this tower right here, I thought it looked a bit plain. So just add a little gradient. Ayy. Just gonna add some grass here. I did make a mistake earlier, which is not drawing this tower before this tree. So now I have to go back and try to draw the tower without drawing over the tree too much by accident. And some people might be wondering about how I do line art. To be honest with you, I don't, okay? My brush, it sort of has like the setting where the end is thicker. Wait, let me show you guys. See here, like, if you do it fast, you see how this ending's like thicker, right? And this one's thinner. But I think most of the time the so-called line art in my background art is just me coloring over it, like coloring over the lines. It just naturally forms some kind of like unevenness to it. But I don't really do that intentionally. When I'm drawing my characters, like in my videos, that's just mostly from my brush, I guess. The lines. You see here, I'm also having trouble like getting the structure to align with one another behind the tree because I did not paint it earlier. Yeah, so for objects in the background, don't add that many details. Like I purposely avoided all these like little shingle things because it's gonna be too distracting and take away from the main focus. You can still add shadows, just like don't overdo details. Okay. I think I'm gonna do this like large building right here. Okay, the line is looking a bit choppy. Man, I don't know what that is. That a sign? I think that's a sign. Okay, yeah. I think that's like a sign of a lemon. So I'll just draw that later. I just realized that these stones, like these weird stone looking things, they look more purplish pink. So we're gonna do a bit of some color adjustment. And they're also different colored. I did not notice that when I was sketching. See, like, a lot of the times, my sketch is different from my actual, like, result. And that's because there's changes that I make along the way. Like, after I finish drawing a part, I'll be like, oh, it's actually gonna look so much better if I do this instead. And then so, change your plans. Or other times it's just like I forget to include a detail like now. And then I decide to add it in. Or I decide to change it. The line's looking a bit harsh, so I'm just drawing over it. Also, the thing about this building is that brick things at the end, they're not symmetrical, which I think is interesting, but it also adds like a nice little aesthetic to it. Yeah, you see like how I misplaced these random looking things, or like I just forgot what they were and just erased them. Another thing, I don't use the lasso tool very often actually. I know a lot of people like to use it to color, but for me it's just not it really. It's just that when I use the lasso tool, I tend to color outside the lines, or just the result just doesn't look good if I render with the lasso tool. But it's different for every person, so it's just when I color, I either like set my line art as a reference, like I usually do that in my videos, or I just straight up hand color it. For this one, yeah, I'm hand coloring it. I also sometimes like to just enclose an area with my brush and then just fill it. Yeah, that's too harsh. Yo, welcome back. I don't like doing super sharp edges. Like, you see that really sharp edge right there? I like to keep mine a bit more rounded. It's also my brush too. Like, my brush just has like a rounder tip. Like, yeah. Yeah, like that. Is that wood or something? I can't tell. But I'm gonna add the same kind of rectangles. Alright, bro. Will Wood. Will Wood, he's an interesting artist, honestly. Like, I like how his songs have a lot of pizzazz in them. Man, the more I look at this, the more Minecrafty it looks. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I'm making these brown blocks here shorter because I like them cuter sort of style, like how they look more round and more cute. Oh gosh, why does it look so purple? Is this color theory or something? I feel like this side looks a lot more like purplish. Oh, whatever. Color theory is so strange, honestly. Like, even now, after so many years, I don't understand it. Okay. Yeah, drop it. You're a goated wingman. Oh, wingwoman. Wingwoman. Okay. No way, actually. Congratulations to your friend. When I do background videos like this, I tend to freestyle it a lot. So, which means that, like, I'll look at the reference for the colors and the basic shapes, but other than that, everything I just sort of come up with along the way. If you're a beginner artist, I'd suggest that you stick to the reference because that helps you like get a sense of the placement of things and stuff like that. And then eventually you can start freestyling. Okay, this brown thing actually goes around all the way. So I'm gonna change that. And for this side, the shadows are also very purplish. Okay, this one is a bit more like purple, like blue purple rather than pinkish purple. So we gotta adjust that. I don't know if you can hear all those background noises, but that's like not me, okay? That's like not me peeing or whatever. It's just the room next to me has some like utilities in it or something. Okay, protruding a little bit too outwards, so I'm gonna put that back in. For the border here, I decided not to do an outline. It just makes it look more far away. Okay, so I'm gonna redraw this lemonade sign, or whatever sign it is, because I did the placement wrong. Thank you, thank you. Oh boy, I don't know why Procreate does that. Like the weird highlight thing. I don't get the point of it. Oh, if you guys are finding this like live helpful, just like let me know and then comment down below, because I've been trying to like make tutorials and they have been like most of them, or basically all of them, just flopped. And I'm trying to find ways to like teach you guys, so just let me know like what you guys want, and then if this live was better. Jelly beans? Okay, wait, what flavor? What flavor of jelly beans? Okay, I like how it looks with the darker part at the top, so I'm gonna leave that there. I might also add that here because it gives it a little more like 3D-ness. Watermelon jelly beans? That sounds so good. I haven't had jelly beans in a long time, bro. Okay, I know these aren't there, but I think it's good if we like fill up the empty space. So I'm gonna add a few of these like brick looking things. They're really good. Yeah, I should probably try them again. Okay, wow. So we got like the right side of the picture done so far, pretty much. Awesome. Okay, let's move on to the other side. I'm gonna start with the stuff at the back first, actually. Okay, so I don't know why it turned out so green, like the line art here, but I'm gonna soften it. Or soften it. Gosh, I can't speak today. the tops of them seem to be green. So I'm just gonna use a green with the blue tint. You guys see how I'm making the line art like thinner and also much lighter? Okay, that's fine. Okay, I don't think I did that right. Let me try again. Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh, bro. This tool is saving me so much. Like, I can't draw a straight line for the life of me. Ooh, okay, we got 2 blocks done. Well, 1.5 technically. Okay, I think I'm just gonna like not draw that windmill right there. I might add another structure, but I feel like that windmill is a bit too much. Okay, I'll see you later. Thanks for staying, by the way. Oh gosh, this looks ugly. For simpler drawings like these, you want to keep your lines like smooth and consistent. If they look choppy, it's gonna look very off. Oh, bro. Okay, we have this tree right here. The trees are very like interesting in this game. They're like all bundled up in like these balls. That does give them a more defined structure and easier to draw too, I guess. Because they are simplified into shapes. You can see like the difference between these two trees. Like how this one is, the colors are so much more muted. Okay. You see the mistake I made there? I drew the tree first. I was not thinking about the background. Okay, so I'm just mapping out like the end of where all the rocks are gonna end. Oh gosh. Okay, I definitely messed up the perspective somehow. Okay, I think I know what went wrong. It's okay, I'll fix it later. Redrawn it because it looks very tilted. Okay. Yup. Messed up again. So, like, this is obviously something that I'm learning myself to, like, be smart about what you're drawing first. Because, see, now, like, I had to completely obliterate the trunk just because of the things in the background that I didn't draw. See, here you can use, like, the lasso tool to fill up the empty space. Okay, not bad. Okay, now we gotta redraw the trunk. Okay, swell. Okay, so the buildings in the background, they're like super duper light. So we're gonna be using this like very light blue. Okay, wow, we're making progress. We're also gonna make the green super light. It's okay if you have like small details like this that you just missed, because overall it's a very big drawing and there's a lot of things going on. So you don't necessarily have to make everything completely clean. As long as it's just not too visible. You draw on the sides of the bricks. Okay, time for the cute little house. Okay, I'll redraw the window later. Okay, I made the red a little bit too dark, but that should be okay. Okay, I added a bit too much blue. I think like if I add blue around the edges, that'll look pretty cool. Okay, I lied, that doesn't look cool. It's okay, we experiment and we see what works and what doesn't. I'll just take the line art color from a different object. The house looks a lot more like reddish purplish here, but honestly I like that look better. I think when you're working with perspective, well, at least for me, I like it, I like flipping my canvas to the side, because that way you can really tell if your lines like correspond to the other lines, which is super important during perspective, because if your lines are like not parallel to each other, it will make your piece look very off. Okay, we might have to use that window hack again. bright pink around it. And then we're gonna add an add layer. Okay, so drawing the bottom of the house is going to be a bit difficult without a reference. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put another tree in there, like in this area. Okay, so from the lighting of the other trees and the surroundings, it seems like the light source is coming from over here. So I'm gonna make the lighting point towards that way. Lighting is a very interesting topic. I'm also still learning it, but since my style is simpler, I don't use a lot of crazy effects for the light. But you still, like, regardless of if your style is simple or not, you should still invest your time learning light source, because your drawings are gonna have like a source of light basically, and in order for you to be able to draw it without making it look off, yeah, you're gonna want to learn it. Okay. Wow. We don't have too much left to do. Okay, this part is a bit strange. Hopefully I tilted it at the right angle. Because if I did the wrong angle, it could look very strange. Trying to get the right shade of gray. Wow, it is a hot mess down there. It's okay, I'll fix it up. The roof has a very interesting texture. It's like rounded, like bamboo almost. When you're drawing rounded objects, you want to make sure that your shadows match the curve, because that's what's gonna give it that like impression. Okay, it looks a bit too detailed, so I'm gonna have to chop it down a bit. I'm also gonna use the liquify tool to adjust the angle. Yeah, it's better. Okay, so this white stuff is basically just to add more depth or like more detail at least, because this blue block is looking kind of boring. Wow. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna erase this part because I kind of want to redo it. I'm gonna add like a blue overlay on these real quick right after I do this. You see how there's like a lack of line art, right? Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm gonna get a bite to eat after this. Since the light source is coming from like this area, I'm gonna make this side of the building darker. Okay, wow. I think we only have this ground part left to go and then we're pretty much done. No way. We've been doing this for like, what, 3 hours? Okay, so, definitely more than what I expected. But, hopefully the result is worth it. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's awesome. Alright, so we're gonna add like a blue overlay so the things in the background are more in the background. Let's go with luminosity. See the difference that makes? So, to make the actual sky look less empty, I'm gonna add some clouds. Okay. I'm gonna increase the saturation a bit. Make it slightly lighter. Wonderful. Now, something I like to do with a lot of my like fancier drawings is add a gradient map. So you go to this place right here, and then you go to gradient map, and then there's like tons of options to choose from. So I think for this one, I'm just gonna go with breeze. And then when you do that, just like make the opacity a lot lower. You see the difference that makes? It gives like your drawings more of a coherent vibe. It's a little bit too blue for me, so I'm gonna shift the color a little bit. So now it's a little bit more greenish. Okay. Another thing I like to do is I like to add light coming from where the light source is. So the light source would be like here, right? Sort of. Somewhere around there. And then you Gaussian blur, add, and then you lower the opacity by a lot. And then what this does is that it gives like your thing more of an obvious light source, because then you can actually like see physically where the light is coming from. Okay. Ooh. Wow, we're almost done, I feel like. I think I'm gonna try to add one more thing. Let's try to add a motion blur, or perspective blur actually. So this makes it so that like the focus of your art is much more focused, you know? It's like on a camera lens, how the focus of your art is the clearest, while the stuff around it is more blurred out. Gosh, this looks awesome. Okay. Look at that, man. Oh wow, this looks great. To add my watermark. A tip that'll probably just make your life a lot easier. Create a watermark brush. That way you can like literally stamp your watermark on any single work, like artwork that you have, and it's going to be the same every time, and you don't have to keep redrawing it. Oh, okay. Okay, I think this is going to be the final result. We maybe add some chromatic aberration, perhaps it'll look a little bit better. Don't add too much though, or it's gonna make your viewers very dizzy. Okay, wow, would you look at that? I think this turned out great. Okay, here's the final result, guys. What do you think? Okay, so if you guys found this helpful, just make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and if you guys want any more like personalized tips, you can always join my Discord server. Then me and other people will give you like tons of advice. Alright, I'll see you guys later, okay? Thanks for watching.